Hey Dad, hey Rick, anybody else on the internet checking this out? Well, it's fall's coming up. It's time for the Fall Adult Rifle Pistol League at Birchwood again, and I'm lucky enough to be able to shoot it. So it's a 10-week league. They score our best 8 weeks. It's your time plus your hits minus your penalties. So steel targets, of course, you have to hit them the required number of times. Normally it's once, sometimes it's twice. And so that would count for that target. The paper targets, depending on how they're scored, sometimes they'll use the scoring zones. Sometimes it'll be just 2 hits anywhere on the paper to get full credit for that target. And then any penalties, stepping out of bounds, firing too many shots, not doing required action like required magazine change or shooting from a position where you need to use cover. So those penalties will count against you. Of course, any missed targets or failure to engage any targets will count against you. And for a lot of the targets, if you miss them, it's going to be a 10-second penalty if you don't make it up, if you're allowed to make it up. So it's going to be the best 8 weeks are scored. The first person in each division on each stage will get 100% for that stage. And then depending on how close you came to their score, their time and their hits and penalties and everything, you know, you'll be a percentage of that. So second place could be 99% of the first place shooter, or you know, it could be 73% behind first place shooter. So the difference in your positions, really, you know, just because you made second place every time, the guy in front could be way ahead of you, or you could be right on his heels. So you do get a good bit of. You don't get set back just by finishing second place a lot. It just depends on where you fall in that. But I'm going to be shooting in the pistol caliber carbine division with optics. I think Mike is also shooting in pistol caliber carbine with optics, and then he's also competing in the centerfire pistol with optics division. I'm just doing the one division this time, make it simple, haul less gear around. Won't be switching out my belt or my guns or as busy, so I can show up and just, you know, enjoy it and not try to make sure that, okay, did I get all my pistol stuff off and get my rifle stuff or a different rifle. So I'm just gonna run one and take it easy and enjoy it. Pistol caliber carbine is pretty much what you think. It's a carbine in a pistol caliber. This one's at 9mm, and it takes Glock mags. So just any standard Glock mag, the 26, the 19, or the 17, they fit right in at a bit of an angle. And then, of course, the extended magazines work too, like the USPSA Open Division extenders. So this gives me, it's a plus 10, gives me 27 in this magazine. And then, of course, the 33 round Glock magazines will work in it just fine. They actually make an extension. They make that extension to go on here, and they make a longer spring for it. It holds 40 rounds. So that's a lot. I don't have any of those. I don't think I'm buying any, but you never know. But I'm shooting this JP GMR12. It's the first pistol caliber carbine they came out with. I don't know if you can see that mag well there. It's cut just for the Glock mags. It's not like some of the other conversions where they have a block that goes in. But it's a good little rifle. I've shot it, I don't know, maybe 1,000, 1,500 rounds. But it'd be nice to get it out and shoot it some more during the league. So each stage is a minimum of 50 rounds. So if you never miss, I mean, it could be less than that. But if you never miss, you're going to need at least 50 rounds for each stage. So bring 100 or more, have them on your belt. And I've got a red dot. It's an Aimpoint H1. So it doesn't have the night vision settings, but it's not for that. So it's a 4-minute dot, which means roughly at 100 yards, the dot covers up a 4-inch space. I think it covers up a little more than that. And so I'm zeroed at 25 yards, which means, so if you look at the rifle, and I'm looking straight through the optic, the barrel is all the way down here. So if I line my dot up at something right here, I'm going to be low, you know, about 2.8 inches or so. So this actually points down a little bit, and they intersect with this ammo I'm shooting at 25 yards. And then at 50, I'm hitting 2 inches high. At 75, I'm also 2 inches high. And at 100 yards, I'm about 4 inches low. So pretty much, that's not a lot. So out to 100, you just hold center on the target. I mean, you could hold a little higher or a little lower, but really it's, you know, up 2 inches, down 4 inches. Anything out to 100, just hold center and press it. It's got their side charger on it, so you can run the side charger or the traditional T-handle. But yeah, that's it. It's got the foam rubber on here, which is real nice once it starts getting cold up against your skin. If you're dealing with cold plastic or aluminum, or like the SIG MCX aluminum folding stocks, are just murder in the cold. If it was real cold, it'd even burn you. It's got their little heat sink thermal dissipator on there. I think it looks really cool, and of course if you get a JP rifle you have to put the thermal dissipator on there, but I don't think it does a lot in 9mm. I've put a lot of rounds through this pretty quickly. And does it get warm? Yes, but it doesn't get hot, not like 223 and 5.56. They get really hot. But so that's the rifle. It shoots really, really good. And then for belt setup, I'm running the same inexpensive CR Speed. You've got the Velcro inner belt that holds your pants up, and then you've got the outer belt that has Velcro on the inside, so you can put it anywhere you want. You know, you're not worried about, oh, I got belt loops in my pants in the way, so I got to move my holster or my mag carrier on this side or that side. You basically just put it where you want it, and then just pull it over that. It straps together in the back on itself. It hooks on the inner belt. Does a really good job. So I just grabbed a stock. I think this is a, I don't know who makes this, but just a standard mag pouch. I've got these longer ones for subgun mags. I don't think I'll draw out of these during a stage, but I might grab one of these for my first mag that goes in the gun. And then if I had to bump mags ahead in between strings, I'll just pull from these. But they're longer, they're deeper, they don't come out near as fast, but they're there and they're not going to fall out. So that's good. And then I threw this on. It's actually made by Tough Products. It holds 5 Glock mags. It'll hold the long ones as well as the short ones. I bought it years ago. It really doesn't make a lot of sense for anything I do. But this way I could carry extra magazines on me, either to charge the gun when I start, or just to bump over here to my primary, because pretty much everything's just going to come from this area on the belt, just so I'm consistent with you know, my carry gun and shooting in other competitions. I always go to my left hip to grab magazines, and then I'll just feed these over and maybe throw the empties here in the dirt. And then I threw a Glock holster on there just because I might throw a pistol in there just to balance everything out. There's a lot of weight on this side. So we'll see. It's on there. It shouldn't get in the way. Maybe I'll throw my laser gun in there just for weight and looks. And then of course Glock 17 mags. Oh. I don't know that. And for ammunition, I'm running just Remington bulk. You know, it's a bag and a box, 1,000 rounds. They seem to cycle just fine in the gun at 25 yards. They're all touching, shooting off a bench. They're just about right for the gun, because sometimes I can feel the bolt and carrier bottom out when I'm shooting off the bench, and sometimes I don't. Haven't had any short cycles yet, but she's just barely cycling, so we'll see how that goes. Hope he doesn't bite me in the butt. If we have any issues, we'll just have to deal with that. And a new rule I wasn't aware of in the leagues were no drum mags. So I busted out my 100-round drum mag for this pistol caliber carbine, got it all loaded up and lubed, and so we can't use it in the league. But that's fine. I'll probably take it out first week or so if he lets us do some shooting afterwards. I'll just, you know, use it to bang on some steel and just have fun. I mean, I'm not going to empty it manually. That's not fun. But yeah, so that's the league. I'll try to get the videos up every week so you guys can check it out and see what we're doing, and just be involved too.